We're looking at the introduction of a song called Heaven by Bryan Adam. The introduction's originally on piano, so we're trying to emulate or give a nice guitar substitution. So we went for this. You can also use a pick if you really want to. I prefer the finger style, but for those that like picks, this also works quite well. Also works cool. Let me take you through step by step what we're doing. I'm going to show you the finger technique, show you the pick technique. We're first going to do the fingers and the chords. But first of all, the chords, and then we'll show you the fingers around that. Looking at a normal C chord, and you're going to pick it so it should sound like this. I'm going to need to show you what my picking hand is doing to appreciate how we're getting that, because it's not that and it's not that. It's going to be almost like a roll. Let me show you what's happening there. You're using thumb for the 5th string, finger 1 for the 3rd string, middle finger for the 2nd string, and ring finger for the 1st string. The pinky you can rest on the guitar, or you can just have hanging around like that. Now slow motion, you're actually playing 4 individual notes like this, super slow. You can see the fingers working there, bit of a different angle. But you want to get it like this. So it's sort of rolling the notes out. Okay. I'm sure there's a classical term for that. I'm just not aware of it. Okay, so I want you to try that. And let's go back now to your fretting hand and see what the notes are around that. You've got C again. And you're going to play that same technique I just showed you. Then you bring your pinky in onto fret number 3, which is the 3 that you're looking at your tab. I'm assuming you do have your tab open in front of you. And after that 3, you play the open 1st string. So put together your first bar should sound like this. That's the first bar. Next chord, A minor. And you'll notice that the 3-0 that you played in the first bar is common to this bar with the A minor and the F bar. So your A minor, same rolling technique. Quite easy to do. And look at the transition. I'm going to try and get a top view of the chord and get the pinky in as well. You can hear it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and simple as that. For the F chord, you'll notice the first finger hasn't really moved. You're only going to play strings 4, 3, and 2 because you don't want to get that open note. You don't want to go, and I also don't want to play F because it doesn't sound cool. So we're going to function, or focus rather, on the strings 4, 3, and 2. You can see the 3, 2, 1 in the 3rd bar's tab, and the same pinky on fret 3 and open string again. Now, just to take you through the whole thing to get a better overview, we're going to look at left and right hand together, and we're going to see how those opening 3 chords work and sound. What's the picking action over here, and then we'll do the G7. Better angle, 2, 3, 4, and simple as that. Now G7 might be a new chord. All that happens is while you're on F, you bring the first finger down from string 2 to string 1. Fingers 2 and 3 go to the top 2 strings, and this is G7. You're going to pick it the same technique, and then you lose the first finger, and the pinky comes down one more time. So the last bar, we got that. Now if you're strumming it, there's your pick, it would sound like this. Now you can actually use the fuller chord, but it's got a slightly brighter sound because that's the nature of the pick. Listen how bright this is. Very bright sound with the fingers again. And listen for your timing also on that last bar. And you notice that the fingers much more warmer, much more relaxed. That's why I personally prefer it for Heaven. But if you like the pick and you like the sound of it, that's pretty cool as well, as long as you like the tone. Now, For the solo in the background, there is an overdrive part, so I'm just going to switch on overdrive quickly. Now, after you've done that picking part, you're going to switch to overdrive. And you'll hear that being played against the piano by the other guitar. It's really, really easy. It's nice and laid back. The notes, just to take you through it, starts off at fret 5 on the 3rd string. Nice vibrato, nice long note. If you want to put a bit of echo with it, echo sounds quite nice. Delay is echo as well. Hear the echo. This is without the echo, just so you get to hear the difference. No echo. With echo again, just so you can compare it. And the echo just adds a sort of depth to it as well. So if you got an echo or delay, like I said, I think delay is more the digital term, echo is more the analog term, but same thing in principle. If you got some, it just adds a bit of depth. So that's the fret 8 on the 2nd string, and the 3rd bar is going to go 6, 5, jump up, and I like sliding down to the 2 there. So I don't actually pick that 2, I slide down to it. So the whole thing together, 2, 3, 4, and bit of string noise. One nice way to combat that is to actually hold the strings I'm not playing with my fingers. You can see up close here, my fingers are actually on that string. So when I play the first 5, my thumb is resting on the top strings, and fingers 2 and 3 are actually touching those 2 strings, so they can't make a noise. So I've not got no chance of this. That can't happen. So it's much more controlled. On the 2nd string, I'll move this finger down and I bring my thumb across the top strings. And the next bar, and then I just slide down like that. Okay, I couldn't see the slide there that well because I was focusing on the picking hand, but there you can see the slide now. And it's just going to go, just gives a nice legato effect. Now, I'll later do a second video which will take you through the chords, the different voicings, because it's basically piano driven, but you can really turn this into a beautiful guitar ballad if you're playing by yourself and you just want to accompany yourself with singing. But the purpose of this video is to get you through the intro and your intro solo. Watch up for video number 2 later.